Oh, assalamu alaikum. It's time for bed. And who doesn't like a good bedtime story? I'll be telling you the story of the swamp monster. Ooh. It was a warm, sunny day. The breeze was blowing through the trees. The birds were chirping. It was a perfect day to go to the park. Dad, Mama, Aneesah, and I all got in the car and we drove off. I love to tease Aneesah during car rides. It passes the time. Well, that day I was teasing Aneesah that there was a scary, spooky swamp monster living at the bottom of the pond at the park we were going to visit. Aneesah crossed her arms and pouted, saying, "No monster, monster not real." But I could tell. I got to her. When we got to the park, Aneesah and I ran around the playground. Then we went hiking along the forest trail with Dad and Mama, and soon enough we came to the pond. Aneesah was so spooked. Normally she loves going to the water's edge and looking for tadpoles or fish, but after I teased her on the drive over, Aneesah refused to go near the pond. Instead, she sat on a tree stump with her back to the pond. I felt bad for Aneesah. I went to the pond's edge and I decided to take a selfie to show her that, well, there was nothing to be scared of. I leaned over the water, posed with my perfect grin, and just as I was about to push the button on my camera, a dragonfly landed on my nose. It startled me, and I fell into the water with a splash. Mama and Dad came running, but Aneesah got spooked by the loud splash. She turned from where she was sitting, and as I was stepping out of the pond covered with algae and mud, Aneesah screamed, "Swamp monster!" and bolted into the woods. Dad stayed with me and took me back to the car, while Mama, who is the fastest sprinter in the family, ran after Aneesah. Alhamdulillah, Mama found Aneesah, gave her a big hug, and brought her back to the car. I was wrapped up in an old blanket so I wouldn't get the car seat wet. I sheepishly looked up at Aneesah and said, "Sorry, little sis. I was just teasing you about the swamp monster. There's no such thing. It was just me." Aneesah breathed a sigh of relief. Alhamdulillah. She climbed into the booster seat beside me, crinkled up her nose, "Ew, Adam's smelly," and teased me all the way home. The end. I hope you enjoyed that bedtime story. I just have to check under the bed for my monsters. Well, I don't really believe in monsters. I was just pulling your leg. Good night. Ho, 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 ho. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, it's Uncle Luigi here. Adam fell asleep before the end of the episode. Oh, I liked that story a lot. Brothers and sisters are so much fun. Do you have any siblings, cousins, friends, neighbors, people that you like to hang out with? Sometimes we might argue with a brother or sister, and sometimes we can make each other upset. Listening to one another and trying to put ourselves in their shoes, well, that can help a lot. Adam and Aneesah ran into some trouble when Aneesah ruins Adam's homework. You can watch that in the Adam's School Project episode. You can find it on www.adamsworldapp.com. Well, it's time for my bedtime too. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the swamp monster bite. Assalamu alaikum.